Hey guys, Brian Pierce here, your purveyor of awesome. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and you're getting ready to have an amazing new year. So welcome to 2017, I guess is when this will be on the internet. I hope you guys enjoyed my lamp video that I did that released on Christmas Day and getting ready to enjoy my beer carrier video. Now these plans are from DIY Pete. This is not my build, if you will. I have had a lot of fun doing DIY Pete's plans, so I figured since I'm making some videos, I would show you guys how I made what he wants us to make. So it's awesome stuff. Go check out all of his stuff at DIYPete.com and his YouTube channel. Good stuff out there. What do you guys want me to build next? Where should we go from here? Maybe another vlog. I have no idea. Enjoy the beer carrier video. So I'm using some of the shiplap wood that I talked about in my Christmas lamp that I made and that I've done on a different shiplap wall before. So again, because of the shiplap, kind of the original tongue and groove, if you will, I've got to cut that off so I can get a good clean edge on both sides of the boards. In this case, yeah, it looks good. Obviously that vacuum cleaner that I'm using, my shop vac, is super loud, but I just leave it on because it makes it a lot easier than turning it off, turning it on, turning it off. So getting that going, that's the width that I want. I believe it was 6 inches is what we were going for. So cut that edge off and go to town. Now, of course, somebody forgot to turn the microphone on, but that's okay. You guys back at the crappy miter saw doesn't have a chance to make it all the way through in one cut, which sucks, but it is what it is. And so with this, we just go ahead, find the marks. So I've got the two sides and the base of the beer carrier that I'm cutting for right now. Out of the shiplap. Now these are going to be a little bit thicker than the wood that DIY Pete uses that he picked up from Home Depot or Lowe's, any of that kind of stuff. So once we make the side pieces, they'll have to be a little bit longer because of the wider boards, but I'll show that to you guys when I measure that and make those. Still no sound, which sucks, but I think here we go. Now somebody remembered to turn the microphone on. So these are some of the sides that I was talking about. And also the inserts. So when you make this beer carrier, you can remove these inserts if you're wanting to put a 6-pack, or maybe if you just want to use the carrier in another way to carry other things. Now his plans have these neat little angles just to kind of make it have a little bit more character to it. And so right now, just making those measurements, getting those cuts ready to go, getting the line set up, and then getting ready to get the jigsaw to kind of, if you will, get jiggy with it to make a little bit more of the fun cuts for everything. In the long run, lots of sanding going on. I was going to say that I really like the way the shiplap turned out, and I'm glad that I used this on the beer carrier. So again, kind of hitting it with the 120, and then come back a little bit later before I stain it with the 220 to make it extra sexy and hold the stain really well. So yeah, so here it is, man. I really, really, really like this barnwood red stain. And what's even cooler is it turned out to be a really good match for that kind of darker gray blue that the shiplap was originally painted, you know, back in the day. And nobody hit me up on whether that paint probably is extremely lead-based. Again, I'm going to assume that it is, and I'm going to start wearing many, many more masks as I sand that shiplap in the future, because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of lead floating around that I've been inhaling, which isn't the smartest thing, so make sure you pay attention for that. So what do you guys think about this this barnwood red? Is it your thing? Is it not? Do you guys kind of want the little bit more traditional wood colored, if you will, some of the English chestnut and maple and all the fun oak and things of that nature, or maybe just all natural? I don't know. But these are the little poplar boards, and I think they're kind of boring looking, and they probably don't have the best grain, even when you use a lot of different stains to try to pull that out, or shellac or anything, polyurethane, to try to get those grains to pop. Obviously, the camera here had a little bit of white balance issue, getting itself a little warm, a little extra warm. So these are the inserts now. The first ones were the sides that I was staining, and now these are the inserts that'll go inside the beer carrier for later on when you want to put your 6-pack in there, or remove if you want to carry something out somewhere to wherever it is that you're heading that you want to drink and or consume beverages. Maybe just consume some food. It could work as a nice little lunch bag, or lunch carrier, really, because it doesn't have a top, so it's not a bag, but we'll see. So obviously you got to do a good job staining all this stuff. You got to get all the edges. And a last little wipe, call it good. Oh, get those gloves off. Yeah. So no sound again. What a goober. I guess one day I'll figure it out. So again, here's the tongue oil from Minwax. And no one answered the same question. Like, I wonder if this is tradition, if this is 100% tung oil or not. You know, it's interesting to read around on different blogs and forums. Everybody's got their opinions. So what are y'all's? Is this 100% tung oil, or is it linseed oil, or what is it? Does Minwax lie to us? I have no idea. But it works really good. It comes out great, and I really like the way that it kind of buffs out to create a nice little finish on some of this shiplap wood. Oh, again, we got sound again. So these are the sides I was talking about. So again, these boards are about 3/4 of an inch, where the boards that DIY Pete talks about in his plans are about a 1/2 inch. So again, you just kind of got to get your base made, you know, your two sides and the base, and then you can figure out how long they need to be. I'm just squaring those up just to make sure, so when I attach the sides there, that it is actually square and the inserts can fit a little bit nicer that way. So yeah, just some wood glue and some brad nails to get those pieces on there. And now you can kind of see the carriers coming together. I think it looks really good. You can kind of see that blue-gray sides that was painted on the shiplap to now the kind of barnwood red that I've put. Ooh, look, and now I found this awesome, really old-looking beer bottle opener. And, you know, somebody weathered this, and he's $5-6 at a Hobby Lobby or something like that. And yeah, I think it went really well with kind of the more rustic look of this beer carrier that kind of came together. Now again, I kind of tighten those a little bit, find the hand screw, get those a little bit better on there, and now we've got the beer opener on there. Again, to kind of adjust for DIY Pete's plans a little bit, he asked that you get the 10-inch threaded steel rod, but again, that's if you're using the 1/2 inch boards. That doesn't work when you're using something wider, because you need a longer one. So they don't make an 11-inch, which would have been perfect, but they do make a 12-inch. So yes, it's going to shift a little bit once it's in there, but in the long run, that's not that big a deal as long as it doesn't bother you. It didn't bother me, and you just kind of figure it out from there. When you do use the 10-inch one, using the 1/2 inch boards for the sides, it can actually tighten a little bit better and not shimmy left and right. I hope you guys enjoy my Pug coffee mug that's sitting over there to the side. Right now I'm working on the measurements for the inserts. So this way they can kind of all shift together and sit in the beer carrier and be really good for the 6-pack. Now I'm an idiot, let's just say it. I'm kind of trying to move my clamp just a little and get my cut, this, that, the other, and nothing's working. So in the long run, I just wind up holding it with my hand and making the cuts. Here we go. Now you just got to be careful when you're doing this. It could shift a little bit more on you because it's not clamped. So if you're going to do it like this, you just got to move a little bit slower and be a little bit more cautious, and to not either clip your finger, obviously, and then not screw up your cut. So that's, you know, a smart way to do it, is to not hurt yourself. Kind of doing some test fitting, make sure everything looks good. Got those guys going, and we're ready to sand and then see how those inserts fit together. No one really mentioned my really colorful pencil. I think I just want to point out how fun it is to have 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 10-year-olds, because the different types of utensils that come out of schools and school supplies are very interesting, and I appreciate everything that they do to to give things to Dad and his building craziness. So yeah, so just fitting the inserts in there, seeing how they go, then going and grabbing a 6-pack, putting stuff in there. We got the one little deal, boom, Bob's your uncle. Look at that. We got an awesome little beer carrier made for a Christmas present that I gave to my brother-in-law Dave, which is my sister's husband. And then just a good chance for you guys to look. I'm in the tree house now in our backyard that I built a couple years ago, and just different angles to show you guys what it looks like. Again, really like the way the shiplap boards came out there on the edges, and the color profile, all that kinds of stuff. I think it looks amazing. So what are y'all's thoughts? Did I do a good job? Would you have done something different? What would you have changed? What do you like about it? What don't you like? What do you think my process needs? All that kinds of stuff. What should I build in the future? You tell me. Let's have fun. Now remember, if you enjoyed it, please give a like. If you've got questions, ask them in the comments. And if you want more of this kind of stuff, subscribe so that I know that you give a shit. All right. Have fun out there, and this is the Purveyor of Awesome signing off.